Hey, it should be no secret to the followers of my podcast as to how I view what I think about winter. Especially this one we are now crawling out of at a snail's pace, in my opinion. It makes me want to swear just thinking about what a long winter this has been. And I've run an unofficial survey. A lot of people agree with me. It has been a bitch. And to prove to all of you, once and for all, that there is not one hypocritical bone in my body, I will freely admit on Tuesday, the 11th of April, 2023, that it is possible, however remote, by late August, and after too many tall, cool, crisp green bell premiums, it is possible you'll hear me bitching about the heat, the humidity, the yellow jackets, and those goddamn flies. You know, the touch and go ones? Yep, those are the ones. Yes, people, in all honesty, in the name of full disclosure, it is possible. But that is late August. Did you guys know there are a group of, quote, leading government scientists and industry experts, unquote, preparing for next winter? And Shazam, we haven't even finished this one. Now, I have to be careful. Remember, I just had a podcast kicked off of the YTube for medical misinformation. So I'm leaving a link to MedPage Today and an article titled, let me bring this up for you people. The article is titled, Prepping for Next Winter. Experts worry about the pokey poke hesitancy. Article was April 5th, 2023. Washington correspondent Shannon Perth. FDA official is over mandates. Focus should now be on, quote, those who want to have their lives saved, unquote. And the lead in line, I'm just reading the article. YTube, I'm not giving anybody my medical opinion. Washington leading government scientists and industry experts spoke here on Tuesday about the next monochrona poke, rising poke hesitancy, and what the pokey pokes of the future might look like. So there, that's going to be linked below for you people. Now, without going on any further, risking the wrath of the good deed doers at YTube, let's see what we can learn just from the headline and the first line. Free critical analysis provided by your humble messenger. I do the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. Truly, people, I am a valuable asset to your well-being in daily lives, no doubt about it. Point number one, the FDA. Isn't that a government regulatory agency looking out for the well-being of American citizens? Why are they pushing the treatment? Gee whiz, Batman, you don't suppose there is a revolving door between big pharma executives and government regulator administrators like at FDA, do ya? Oh no, that'd be a conspiracy theory. Can't have that. And who do you suppose the quote-unquote industry experts are? You think they're from the Department of Mining and Engineering? Bureau of Land Management? You think these guys might be from Big Pharma? Well, what do you think? That's what's important, people. Okay. Now, the linked article deals with Doktor Peter Marks. Not as famous as Dr. Fauci, but he is a major player, people, a heavy hitter. And what an arrogant prick he is. I have never met him, and I can already tell you he is an arrogant cocksucker. I know. I've been there. I can spot these people in a crowd of a million. I can spot them out individually. You see, Peter, old boy, is done arguing with people like me. Yep, he only wants to deal with, quote, those who want to have their lives saved, unquote. But Peter, old man, where is the science behind your claims? And after all, aren't you a government regulator at FDA and not a brand influencer like, say like Bud Light's Dylan Mulvaney? You ain't one of them, are you, Peter, old boy? Now, could you guys just imagine his response to a meeting with me? Something kind of like, listen up, you pissant. You don't call me Peter. First of all, you address me as Dr. Marks. I got 8 years at big pharma-funded medical school under my belt, you squat-faced SOB wannabe, and I just got done paying off $250,000 in student loans. So if you want to live, you'll shut the F up, and you'll do as I say, precisely as I say, no more, no less. That's it, period. Oh, don't doubt me, people. I think that is exactly what I hear from Peter Beater Marks. 3, the FDA is part of a government that fights socialized medicine. And I'm not here today to discuss the pros and cons of free medical to the citizens like they have in Europe, like in Canada. But come on, only in the case of the pokey poke? Only then you become an advocate of universal health care for all? Well, that makes me suspicious of your real goals, Peter Marks, and friends, your industry experts. Gee, I wonder where they got that from. Now, I know people in Canada that say the free medical care they received is very good, but you better be prepared to wait until you can be seen by the medical staff. Now, I get free medical from the VA. They just did the surgery outpatient on my neck back in December. The VA is very good, but you'd better be prepared to wait. You don't waltz into the line at the VA clinic because you're leaving this morning with a problem. No, you better call and make an appointment 1 to 2 months in advance. Let me leave it this way. If all the taxi cabs in New York City were free to any and all that needed one, do you, yes you, think it would be easier to get a cab or harder to get a cab? You decide. And finally, for those who still cling to the fairy tale, the silly notion, thank God it's over and we are getting back to normal. People, you're just lying to yourselves, and I don't understand why you want to do that. Makes no sense to me. It ain't over, and it's never going back to normal. They are already plotting against you, yes you, for next winter, and this is only one small part of their asymmetrical warfare that we find ourselves in today. So, if you believe it's over, you'd believe Murray is buying drinks at the bottom Peter pit. It ain't over, and Murray ain't buying drinks. That ain't gonna happen either. Not never. I got stuff to do.